You know that feeling, right? Where you're just waiting for that perfect jolt of inspiration to get started on something important. But what if I told you the most successful people, they don't wait for motivation? Nope, they built something way more reliable. Today we're going to dig into why discipline, not motivation, is the actual key to getting where you want to go. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? A mood, that's fleeting. It comes and goes. One day you're on fire, the next you've got nothing. But a decision? That's a commitment. That's you taking control. And that right there, that's the fundamental difference we're going to explore. Okay, so let's talk about the motivation trap. It's this idea that so many of us fall into, thinking we need to feel ready, or feel inspired, or feel motivated to do the work. But here's the hard truth. Waiting for a feeling is probably one of the most unreliable strategies for getting anything meaningful done. I mean, just look at this side by side. Motivation is pure emotion. It's that spark, that initial exciting rush. But just like any feeling, it's totally unpredictable. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system. It's the engine that keeps running long after that initial thrill is gone. It's all about showing up, especially on the days you really don't feel like it. Do any of these sound a little familiar? Yeah, these are the greatest hits of the motivation trap. They feel so real in the moment, don't they? But honestly, they're just well-dressed excuses. They're procrastination in a clever disguise, and they stop us from taking the small, consistent actions that actually get results. So, if motivation is just the spark that lights the fire, what actually keeps it burning? Well, this is where we shift to the solution. Discipline isn't about some huge, heroic effort. It's about the small, consistent, almost boring choices you make day in and day out that build this unstoppable momentum. And let's get really clear about what we mean by self-discipline. This isn't about punishing yourself or being rigid. It's actually a skill. It's the ability to steer your own actions, to stay focused on what you said you wanted to do, no matter what your mood is telling you on any given Tuesday morning. This says it all. I mean, motivation might get you to buy the running shoes and sign up for the race, but it's discipline that's going to get you out the door to train on a rainy day. It's discipline that actually gets you across the finish line, especially when things get tough. It is the true vehicle for getting anywhere worthwhile. All right, now we're going to get into the really cool part. Let's pop the hood and look at the science behind all this. To really get a handle on this battle between feeling and doing, we need to understand the machinery that's running inside our own heads. And trust me, the science here explains so much. And we're not just making this up. We're leaning on some serious brain power here. This is all based on the Nobel Prize-winning work of Daniel Kahneman. He gave us this amazing framework for understanding the two different operating systems in our brain, which he called System 1 and System 2. So first up, you've got System 1. You can think of this as your autopilot brain. It's your gut reaction, it's fast, emotional, and totally unconscious. It runs on instinct. This is the part of your brain that screams, "Ugh, I just don't feel like it." It's the part that's always waiting for motivation to just magically appear. And you can see just how automatic this thing is. You don't have to try to do these things, right? Your brain just gives you the answer to 2 plus 2. It finishes the phrase war and peace. That same effortless automatic process is what's happening when you suddenly feel zero motivation to do that thing you know you should be doing. Now say hello to System 2. This is your deliberate, logical brain. It's the grown-up in the room. This system requires real effort, focus, and conscious thought to get going. When you choose to act based on your commitment instead of your feelings, you are firing up System 2. This is your discipline brain. Can you feel the difference? All of these tasks make you stop, focus, and burn some mental energy. You can't do them on autopilot. And that choice, that decision to go to the gym when you're tired or to write that report when you'd rather watch TV, requires that exact same conscious, effortful engagement of your System 2 brain. So here's the bottom line. The whole game is about this. Building discipline is simply the act of intentionally waking up your System 2 brain instead of waiting around for your lazy, emotional System 1 brain to maybe, possibly feel like it. It's a choice. And better yet, it's a skill. It's a muscle you can train. Okay, so knowing the science is one thing, but how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Let's get into a practical toolkit, some real, concrete ways you can start strengthening that discipline brain today. It starts right here. First, your goals have to be crystal clear. Your why is the fuel for System 2. Second, you gotta create a routine.
because routines build habits, and habits put good behavior on autopilot. Third, make it easier on yourself. Engineer your environment to win by making distractions harder to get to. And fourth, track your small wins. Every little checkmark you make builds momentum for the next one.
This chart says it all, really. That one heroic, super intense workout you do once a month when you feel motivated, it barely moves the needle long term. But that pretty good workout you do consistently, day after day, driven by discipline, that's where you see incredible progress. Consistency beats intensity every single time. And look, the best part is, you don't have to be perfect. The goal isn't some massive life overhaul overnight. It's just about getting 1% better today than you were yesterday. It's the magic of compounding. Those tiny, disciplined improvements stack up over time into something truly remarkable. Finally, let's talk about the mindset, because this might just be the most important shift of all. For way too long, we've thought of discipline as a chore, right? Like it's some kind of punishment. But the most powerful way to look at it is as the ultimate act of self-respect. Just let that one sink in for a minute. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. I mean, when you really think about it, what could be a greater act of love for yourself than to actually honor the promises you make to yourself, to show up for your own future? Every single time you choose the disciplined action over the easy one, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. You're saying, my goals matter. My future self is worth this effort right now. You are literally investing in the person you want to become. That is an act of deep respect for your own dreams. So, let's make this real right now. The next best version of you is waiting, and they're being built by the small, disciplined choices you make starting today. So here's my question for you. What's one distraction, just one thing, that you can cut out this week to start building that future you?